You are now tuned into the Miami ManCave Show with your hosts, Jeff Fox, breaking down all of today's sports news and breaking the internet. Live from Miami and brought to you by Remix Sports Media.
Once again, this is the Miami ManCave, everybody, where it all goes down. It's your boy Jeff Fox, and I got my main man, the sports governor of the 305, Uncle Luke, is in the building, otherwise known as Coach Luke, and also right here with us, man, we got a very special guest. This man is a national champion. I don't think he gave up a sack during his college football career.
Didn't.
Super Bowl champion, Bryant Mckinnie is in now. Welcome to the ManCave. Yeah.
I want to say something about that too.
Not one.
But you know, because of the different coaches that we've had over the years that aren't really familiar with Miami,
right?
They almost was making it seem like it was a myth. Like, well, he's never given up a sack. They always went here. But I'm glad we got Mario Cristobal back because he was here. He was actually my assistant O-line coach. He witnessed it, not in practice, not in the game. You know what I'm saying? But like some of them was like, well, they say he didn't. I said, we keep advertising I never gave a sack. Somebody would have stepped forward and said they got a sack on me.
Does that not make you the greatest? Does that not make you the greatest?
Can't even say that.
Right. It's a lot of people because you know who I looked up to was Orlando Pace at the time.
Right.
Because he was a few years older than me. So when I got there, he was my height. He was 6'8", and Arquillo was like, watch him, y'all are similar size, da, da, da. He's only given up one sack his entire career. So I said, damn, I can only give up one sack or zero. Like, that was my option, like, only one or none. Like, you know what I mean, to be, you know, better. So that was always my goal, like, you can no more than one sack. However, don't give up none, but, like, that was my goal, like, don't go over one.
In how many years?
It's my college career.
The whole year?
Yeah.
4 years.
Who was some of the great players that you went up against in college?
You had
that ended up becoming big time.
Big, yeah. And someone was actually big in college, and because like Jamal Reynolds to me, he was a big college player, but didn't transition to the league. But you had like Alex Brown that went to Florida with Chicago, and he did his thing in Chicago. You had Dwight Freeney, who is one of the top sack leaders now. But we was the same year, and
Syracuse.
I'm gonna tell you how crazy that is like how things just worked out. Is like, you know, my junior year, we played in Syracuse, you know what I'm saying? And that could have been a period of time where he could have got a sack, but he was injured. So we didn't face off then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then now, our first time facing off, and they had this big campaign behind him, like, they had like a sack, like a knapsack, like you would have gifts in it. You could see through it and had all the helmets of all the different teams and stuff that he had sacks on.
He had a collection of them.
Yeah, but it was like a big thing. Like, they was really advertising this, and then now you facing me, and then this is my senior year too.
Right.
So now it's like, he gets all the sacks, he's never given up one, something's going to happen here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people, you know, you got people on both sides waiting to see, like, how am I going to react to give up my first sack, or is he going to get stopped? That was the biggest production. But I'm going to say, like, Mario Cristobal played a big part in those type of games, because I really would sit and do film study. Like, people knew, like, certain games, I probably should attack everything like this, but with certain players, I just attack different because like Jamal Reynolds was a really, you know, elite pass rusher in college, so I would like really study you and study like what you like to do and all your tendencies, you know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I already could see it. And Mario used to sit with me, and I'd be like, is he this good, or is the offensive lineman doing something wrong? I was trying to figure out that sometimes it'd be a combination of both.
Did you do that in high school? Did you look at film in high school and study tennis?
Not the same. You know, every time you go to a different level, you wish you would have did something, you know what I'm saying? And so in high school, I wish I would have like studied as much. It was crazy. In high school, I played defensive end.
Really?
I ain't play offensive line until I got to college.
Wow.
I had to learn how to play.
Oh, you were a pass rusher.
Defensive end, yeah.
Wow.
But they was like, you're tall, you want to get cut block a lot, so we should just move you over
there. But
there.
then I always tell people that all the time because in order to be a great DB, you got to be able to play receiver.
True.
Because you need to understand what the receiver's doing. In order to be a great offensive lineman, you need to be a great end.
Right.
To understand what he's trying to do in the tendencies.
Because in my mind, I already knew what I wanted to do on defense, you know what I'm saying? So then I think that, but then even when I got to the league, I had like great, I feel like I played better once I had a great defensive end. Like, so when Jerry Allen came to Minnesota, it made me better because that's who I went against every day. So you the one of the top, and he was somebody, he hated going against somebody like me. Right, so, but he also was, we would teach each other things. He's like, why do you do this? What is, like, you know what I'm saying? And he'll tell me, at a certain point, I'm looking to beat you to this spot. If I feel like I'm not gonna beat you, that's what I'm countering, and I'm gonna spin this, I'm gonna do whatever. So now I'm understanding that too, on that level, like, oh, okay. Even when I got with Terrell Suggs, he would tell me too, like, oh, this is what I'm thinking. And even Doomerville, because he ended up coming to Baltimore, they all would tell me their thought process. And once I can learn your thought process.
Right.
Is it really, I've been hearing stories from other NFL players like yourself, and it seems like it's more the players coaching themselves versus coaches coaching the players.
What the coaches really do is just put you in position to, my best coach honestly in the league was Coach Sykes, and he was our head coach. But before he was the head coach, he was the O-line coach.
Oh.
He pulled me to the side one day and said, I know they're teaching this, but if I'm telling you to do this, do it. Ain't nobody gonna yell at you, because I'm telling you to do this. He made that shit so much easier. He just made it make sense, like, just get the block done. It ain't gonna look pretty all the time, just get it blocked. And he just was showing me different techniques of getting things done. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that's, at the end of the day, I'm doing the cutoff block, I'm taking these steps, I'm doing. He helped me out a lot. And what's funny is that season, I had a season in the NFL that I didn't give up any sacks, but we weren't that good, so they don't count stats. That's another thing I don't like. They don't give offensive linemen no stats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you guys get noticed once during the game.
Shit, when you jump outside, they zoom in on you like dumb shit. Like
number 78.
I feel like now it's gotten better because they are starting to show a little bit, like they're grading them now. Like I see Trent Williams has got a 99 and things like that. So they're grading them like now and showing them in that light, but they're still not really showing like.
I was listening to an interview you had, and you were talking about offensive linemen. You kept talking about the feet.
That's important.
Yeah. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so one thing, so when I played defensive end, so now moving over to offensive line, our coach told me a very important thing that I always keep in my mind: move your feet, you can't get beat.
Yeah,
so in pass protection, they can swipe your arms and all that, but you got to keep your feet in position to still, and you can regroup with your hands. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, if you watch film, offensive lineman, when somebody swipes their hand or whatever, it's like their feet stops, and that brief stop gets them past you. It shortens the edge. You got to keep the feet going and just regroup. You know what I'm saying? Watch a lot of film when people get beat. Watch me here. Like when people get beat, it's that contact of whatever, they stop their feet. You can't.
You were very athletic when you played at the U and throughout your pro career. You played tennis. You love the game of tennis. How does that help you when you rotate your feet?
I'm gonna tell you what's funny is tennis helped me out a lot, and the fact that a lot of people knew I got into tennis. Even when we won, we went to the Super Bowl with the Ravens. My coach knew, because we had to weigh in every Friday. My coach knew that I played tennis on Thursday nights before weighing on Friday. He made me bring my tennis equipment. And he made me play against his assistant who played in college. So he made a big announcement like, today guys, we got this going down, and I'm announcing who wins, and I'll be his assistant. 6'3", 6'3". We played 2 sets. Supposed to be the best of 3, but I beat him. And then he had to make that announcement the next day that I won, and everybody was shocked like, you played this in high school, he was far removed from high school. Venus.
That's why I remember the first time I was at your house at the party.
Yeah.
It was like Venus is sitting there.
Yeah. It be some random ass woman be showing up in my house, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about your relationship with
Right. So we became friends. We met in LA. Me and Vernon Carey was in LA doing something for ESPN, and the staff took us out that night to some club called LAX. And at the table next to us was Megan Good. And
Megan Good.
yeah, so
You didn't call me? That's fucked up.
I know.
Man.
So we was like, oh shit, that's Megan Good, right? So we were just chilling, and then all of a sudden we was chilling, and then all of a sudden Venus and Serena came in and joined her at her table. And we was like, oh shit, like we was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? They was right at the table next to us. And then I like, don't say nothing to them, though, like, let's just chill. And we didn't really acknowledge them.
Yeah, that's how you do. When you know you're the boss, you say that.
Yeah.
I know them shakes. Yeah. When you sweat them up.
Right.
They're going to sweat up.
And they came over and introduced themselves.
No shit.
Yeah. And it was like, we clearly know who y'all is.
Right.
Hey, such a like, nice to meet y'all. And then when we left, one of the producers from ESPN, she go out there and say, Brian went to get your number, da, da, da. And she like, why he sent you over here, this and the other? And she kind of like blew the lady up and pulled off. I was like, why you did that? Like, I ain't tell you to do it. I think y'all would make a good couple. So.
I always thought y'all would be a good couple.
I thought we made a good couple.
Oh, y'all were that? We would have been on tall babies and shit.
Listen, her agent said,
Big babies and then,
her agent said, her agent
Fumble the ball.
Shoot up the club.
But she still ain't got no kids yet, so I mean, we can put together an agreement.
You got to go shoot up the club.
But we just got acquainted. We was hanging out. I remember her agent saying like, if y'all was ever have a kid, I'll sign that kid at birth.
For real? I mean, your jeans, her jeans. We got super baby over here.
That shit in a bottle.
But she decorated. She helped decorate my home and everything. So she has a company called V-Star. So that's how we really got close then. Like we ran into each other in Miami afterwards a bunch. I rented her at Mansion back in the day at Club Bed, and she was like, damn, like, this was like about 3 weeks from just meeting her the first time in LA. I didn't realize she lived here. And I kept running her. She had like I think an injury, like a wrist or something was going on that she wasn't playing. So she was having time off, and I kept running into her. And she was like, this must be meant to be. I'm gonna give you my number. And we exchanged numbers. You know, you kind of wait a little bit. You don't want to text right away. And then you start texting. Then I was moving, I think, at the time, and I needed, she had did that. So somebody who worked for her company told my mom, like, oh, I think she might have a crush on him, da da da. And then my mom told me, of course, and then, you start hanging out a lot more.
So were y'all in love?
It was just a big crush thing. Like, I don't know, like, it was something. I don't know was we in love or not, because when you go with her, it's always a bunch of people too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't get a lot of like alone time. Yeah. Right. And I had a lot of people with me too. Back then.
You were the consummate party animal back in the day.
It was the time period too. I think we both carried like a lot of people at the time too. So it wasn't like a lot of alone time. What's funny is then I became close with her sister because our birthdays are 3 days apart. So Serena's birthday is on the 26th. And then she was injured at one point, so we was going to a lot of Venus's games or matches, and while she was injured, and then we got close, and then.
Were y'all together when y'all was in Minnesota?
Yeah. What's funny is if y'all like, you have to pull up some interviews, and they would ask her certain questions, and they would like mention sports, and her favorite team would be like the Vikings. Like, who's on the Vikings? Like, some people piece it. Yeah, some people right. Some people was piecing it together. Some people weren't because. It's if you know, like type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I would say what's funny is when I came to the Dolphins, she was like, so is it like I'm your boss? Because they're minority owners. So you know what I mean? And I use their suite. So when you see me at the games, that's whose suite I'm using. It's theirs.
Still to this day.
Well, we still got a good relationship.
Yeah.
So how did she feel about the boat party?
They know about it, but she never really spoke about it. You were supposed to be there. I'm gonna tell you, 2 people that were supposed to be there, and y'all both called me and was like, well, I guess I'm glad.
Hell yeah! I was about to ask him about the boat. I was about to ask him about the boat party. Like, it's notorious, man. You notorious for that. I mean, for real.
Fucking boat.
But you know, like, it's a Luke inspired.
Dude, you
thing.
became the lead on Sports Center.
I know, for a long time.
For a long
Imagine how to explain it to your grandma. What you doing? Everywhere. It was on Jay Leno. That was everywhere. So it was like, you can't avoid this. Now, what you were doing on the boat? Because they said you was, I was just a DJ.
The notorious boat party. Yeah, the NFL, then the Pro Bowl got involved, and it was during that Super Bowl period, and when they got the most coverage, and hey, what do you do?
It was basically the boat party stemmed from, we did these parties. A lot of people probably don't. So you know how they haze rookies and stuff, right? What we did was we just made them put money in the pot based on your ranking. Like if you was drafted first round, you had to put more in. So we used that money to bring girls in town and rent the party buses so we could be responsible.
Right, be responsible.
Party buses, you rent the boat. But before, the thing is, I didn't initiate the boat thing. It was a club. I was friends with somebody who owned the club.
Right.
One of the nights his club wasn't open, we would just rent it from him, and it would be all us players and whoever the girls we invited, and that's it.
Right.
He wasn't there, like he got rid of his club. So now Fred Smoot now comes to Baltimore, and he like, we should get a boat, da 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 da. And I'm like, whatever. So we get him. What's crazy is there's 2 boats, but people only think it's 1, but it's 2.
Yeah, I know it was 2 boats. And I was supposed to be on one of them.
You was.
No shit.
You and Pepper was supposed to be there. Cause she called me too and was like, man.
We thought
Right, that's how she felt like. That's how dodged the bullet. She said, cause they would have
Everybody blames you.
They would have definitely thought it was his production. Yeah. The way that shit went.
I put my body on the line, and I was upset that I did not go because all the focus was on him.
Right.
I took it.
Right.
I no, fuck that.
Right.
It was my fucking party. Yeah. All the freaks and shit.
Right. Freaky Red was there. Like we had like all like the popular girls, like, so everybody had their little jurisdiction. So mine was Miami,
right.
South Florida. Then you had another player, Fred Smoot, had like girls from Atlanta. I know a couple girls from Atlanta. Then you had Houston. You had Houston, you had certain cities, right?
That's right on point.
And it was like a lot of the popular girls at the time too. So like a girl named Princess, it was like a lot of people. The girls from Houston that was real popping. Jocelyn was on the boat. That's when I first met her. She was only 18, just turned, she about to be 19.
Wow, that's old school.
She went by Chanelica. Yeah, you had some, that was just coming up. Like they was, you had some real people on there. That
right, if we look at you now, and we know all that shit you did back in the old days, the clubs, the boats, I mean, and you still managed to hold it down on the football field.
Yeah, that's one thing you gotta do.
How did you balance all of that? How come you still look good today?
Well, there's no social media, thank God. Cause shit,
you look good.
I'm glad I live in an area with no social media where you can film all this shit.
Oh shit, social media would have been going on.
Yeah.
Because you brought Miami to fucking.
I did. I did. And Miami dressed like they was in Miami and Minnesota still. So people in Minnesota like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Minnesota's so conservative. So like Miami is just, in every aspect, everybody, the black, the Cuban, everybody, Miami is just more edgy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Minnesota's so like conservative and just.
I gotta ask you this, man. Miss Shelley, your mom, who I love, she, of course, like, how did you explain all that shit to her? Because Luke, she was the head of the NFL Players Association Mothers.
Yeah.
So she ran shit. So you gotta be like, you gotta walk the straight line.
I mean, I just said the same thing. Like, I was the DJ on the boat. Like,
that's your mom. You know.
I remember Miss Shelley used to come out and that motherfucker would be quiet. It'd be 2 bottles.
Right.
If Shelley wasn't there, it'd be kegs and kegs and big fucking trucks and the vans and all coming in and shit.
So you know how to play the game.
Yeah.
You know how to play the game.
Absolutely.
That is crazy, man. We're talking to Bryant Mckinnie right here in the Miami Man Cave. Uncle Luke, Jeff Fox.
I want to say
DJ
something.
Shelley Rockstar.
But I want to say something. So
yes, sir.
Me being in Miami, one thing that I learned. So Luke has inspired the partying aspect. I knew it to incorporate things. So I've done things that I see you do, and then I just add my own little thing. So one thing I always knew is dancers are entertainers at the end of the day, right? So if I go to the club, I'm gonna get some of them to come with me too. So I'm gonna have Pinky, I'm gonna have Freaky Red, and Pinky going to how to dress and look the part, right? They're gonna entertain, they're gonna dance, they're gonna make your shit look lit.
Hell yeah.
Now my other girls that's from college, like Neve, Tasha, all them, and then even my ones from back in Jersey, they girls. Girls are very competitive with each other. So now they dancing and doing all this. Y'all going down open up in, cause y'all want the attention from the guys too.
Right.
So it was a method.
All y'all is being competitive with each other. Like, I got the entertainers here because I already know they're going to entertain naturally, but now y'all just being competitive because now y'all see her man dancing and moving like this, so it wake everybody up.
And then you would always have one boss lady that sit there orchestrating the whole shit.
Oversee everything.
Overseeing that. What was the girl name?
Cherie was with us all the time. Well, Neve too. Neve played that role. Now you got Bly that's in here somewhere.
That's kind of like,
but Bly's the principal.
It's always somebody like chilling right there. Okay, yeah, that's the real fucking.
so that's kind of like the house mom in the strip club. Like
The house mom.
Yeah, you remember the house mom that want to get all the tip out and has all the wipes and
Make
all
sure they
that
all
shit.
get along.
Yeah.
Everybody act accordingly. We all one family. We all together. Like, and we turn up. Shit, a lot of them girls. Shit, one of my friends got a whole motherfucking relationship. Fucking around
Well,
with me.
you got, I know you got a story
two kids
for
from there. So that's why people feel like I gotta show, some gratitude.
A
lot of people taken care of. Yeah.
Babies with some of the girls that they met with you.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Most famous ones.
They're not together now though, but shit, they've had situations.
Yo, I want to hang with this brother right here.
I know Willis had to knock some.
Shit, Willis probably knocked a few off. Willis caused beef with me and some of them motherfuckers because they mad. I'm like,
Hey,
it's two of my friends, but I ain't know he was sleeping with this person. Like,
Yeah.
they think I know.
Willis said,
I don't know.
Big Mac. I said, Willis,
Man, Willis caused trouble with me and some of them.
Willis McKinnie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Number 34.
It was a circle and they thought I knew, I didn't know. Like,
What's the craziest? Right.
Hold on, Willis is knocking out multiple.
multiple.
Oh, yeah.
During the same period of time, and then they felt like I was being on one person's side, and I knew, and I didn't know. And it
You
threw
had-
me in, and
you
like,
had-
man, I'm like, I ain't know this shit.
You had to get caught up in some drama.
Because of Willis, that's the only time.
Yeah, like, I mean, like,
Willis doing all of us.
like you hang around you hanging around rock stars, right?
Right.
You hanging around rock stars. You got the strippers, all the ladies in the night. I'm from the strip club.
Wait,
so
I'm gonna
I
tell you
know.
something too, though.
Yeah.
So during the period of time when me and Venus was getting acquainted with each other, Willis is my dog. I tried to put him down with Serena. So we all went on we had like a little outing together before. But he did something that she didn't really care, Serena care for. So it became an inside joke with me and Venus, like, oh, we finna invite Willis, because we knew that Serena, she got on there, he fucked that up. Now I told her, put you down, and you fucked it up. Fumble!
Damn it, Willis, you going on double dates with the world's greatest tennis player.
We all hung out.
what I
We had
like,
a little
man?
game night, like a little thing where it was only just us. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember nobody else really being there. And I said, I'm gonna bring somebody, I guess Serena must have just got a relationship with some. And it was Willis. And they was connecting that night, but then he fumbled somewhere, shit.
Introduced me to Serena, and I think we was in Dallas.
Yeah. She was out there. It was Super Bowl or something, right?
Oh yeah, some
Yeah.
we were in.
I'll tell y'all another funny story too. Cause Sean Kingston was out there that weekend too.
Tampa Bay, the quarterback.
No, Sean Kingston.
Oh, okay, the other Sean.
We was somewhere doing karaoke, and I introduced him, and then he tried to impress her. It was like, oh, cause you can fly back with me on my jet, da da da. She like, oh, for real, cause then I really will. She really was trying to fly back with him, and he like curved the situation. She gave him a pass. They went to a karaoke bar like outside of me when I wasn't there, and some random crazy ass shit happened. Like he locked himself like in the back. She was like, I'm not hanging out with your friends no more, because if something was going on, he felt like they was after him, and he locked himself in it was like a weird like situation where if something going on, why you ain't protecting us too? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she said it was nothing going on because she invited him to the old karaoke bar in West Palm Beach. I don't know what the fuck happened, but that was a funny weird story. You see, one thing about me is if you pay attention, I'll be trying to put my friends in good situations on both sides.
That's why I need to be friends with this man.
You be having the situations. You be having all the situations. Like, you don't seem like you need to be put down.
I'm looking on that goddamn BK. Who is that? Oh, that's such. I'm like, oh shit.
I'll tell you right now, you were legendary in the strip clubs. All the clubs, the Rolex, the fucking.
But I told you what I did.
Yeah.
Always the real popular ones, I become friends, right? And we're like, you coming out with us outside of work, and then they was basically creating like the whole like image of damn.
Yep. Butterbean, all my girls, they fuck with him.
But at the same time, you got to look at it too, is they was getting benefits because the dudes. They fuck with me and they trusted me. So even if you was married or not, you knew your business wasn't gonna go nowhere.
Right.
Correct. Big got the circus going on for real.
And that's how you do it. What was no doubt? What was the wildest shit you ever seen though? Like with strippers, because I've seen some shit. Like when they get in fights and stuff, they would turn the lights out in the dressing room, and you don't know who the fuck beat you up.
Oh, well, not like that though. But I mean, like I told you, we all went out together. We all knew we was together. So one of them got into something, and they all helped.
See, Big Man, you know.
See, that's peaceful. I like that.
But there was
they didn't turn. We didn't turn on each other. We got together. So yeah.
There was a tape that Lenny Moore did. The guy here, the King of Diamond, and it was like, Big Mac, fuck that shit, Bryant Mckinnie coming to the club, taking all the fucking girls, and like he was having a big staff meeting with all the strippers. And you motherfuckers better not go with Big Mac. And you better.
You would have thought I had my own strip club. I didn't. Like, what
but you were that
I
big,
promised to support the strip club. What the fuck is...
It's like Big Mac was taking the girl, like he goes in the club, fuck that shit, club closed down, everybody was bad, out of here. What the fuck he was doing?
After the club over.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how he still play football because
no social media.
No social media. That's big.
It's more of how you.
What the discipline?
How you party
and then go out there and play very high level.
Because really, like when it came to work, when it came to like football, I didn't go out during the week. So my off time is my off season. Shit, I'm off.
Okay, that's what.
So yeah, I'm gonna be out every night. I'm off. But when I get,
I thought it was a Philly jersey.
nah.
Man, you need to write a book, man.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's different. Yeah. And to go out there and drop like 40 the next day.
All 40 minutes and fucking drop 40.
Right.
You need to write a book.
I done seen him too.
You need to write a book because a lot
you
of
like
these
the
young
fifth
kids.
person. Somebody just told me that yesterday.
Yeah.
You like the fifth person to say that. I feel like it's still like things that's in progress. Like still it's a process still that.
Because you separated the two. Like you partied like a motherfucker. You did, but you played like one too.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
I love Miami. Shit. Ever since I got here,
It's the crib.
My mom loved me in Miami because even when I retired, my dad said, "So you come back to Jersey?" I told my mom, she was like, "What for what?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come back to Jersey for what? She was like, "No." My mom was like, basically like, "No, you're not coming back here." I was like, that was never a thought. She was like, "Why would he even ask you that?"
You know, I asked a lot of players the same question you just asked you. And one thing that kind of stuck with me was Mark Caesar. Mark Caesar said, you know, I left Jersey as a kid and I became a man in Miami, you know, through college.
I came here as a teenager.
Exactly.
At this point, more of my life has been here. You know what I'm saying? So I identify more with Miami. And what's funny is like even when you talk to Trick or Trina, CO and all them, and somebody be like, "Oh, where you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Jersey." And they be like, "You from Miami?" Like they'll cut me off and tell me,
Yeah,
like,
this
"You from
is
Miami?"
your adopted home.
I know, like yeah, but like I was born, I went to high school and everything in Jersey, then came here. But like if somebody asks me that, I feel like I gotta still say Jersey, but I am from Miami. And a lot of people think I'm from here. Like a lot of people say, like, "You're not from here?" Like, cause I've been off the porch since '99. So back when it was motherfucker called, what was it called, Opium Gardens and some shit. Now that's your story. Right. I've been it was in Amnesia actually. It was Amnesia then Opium. Right. So it's a long ass time. And the person who introduced me to South Beach is Mario Cristobal.
Wow.
He knew Hugo, the bald Asian guy at the door. He was like, "Okay, you go to Hugo and you talk to him and tell him, oh, I'm Mario, that Mario sent you, da-da-da." Mario don't even know he is the reason why I know how to get. And Hugo worked for all, like, you know, Roman Jones and shit.
Exactly.
Hugo was out there for a long ass time in security.